Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top. I'm going to bring others with us. So let's get it started. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12. It's going down. Apollo is out of jail. He's fresh out of jail, out on bail. But he is actually living in a halfway house in Philadelphia. We know Apollo was released last month, but he ended up being violated because he was actually having conversations with people that had felony records. So he violated his probation, he violated his parole, he just violated basically. And Apollo was rearrested just 9 days after, he allegedly violated his parole. He didn't get a chance to see his children, but he did get a chance to see them on FaceTime. Phaedra Parks came out and was like, you know what? I don't really got no hopes for him. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, he's out here, spending time with his fiance. He's riding around in a car. And the first thing he should have did was go see his kids and see what's up with his kids, because his kids haven't seen him in almost 5 freaking years. So it is what it is. So she had to say what she had to say. But Phaedra Parks also let us know that she done moved on and she got a new man, and his name is Medina Islam, and basically he's an actor, he's a ghostwriter, and the whole 9 yards. He might be on the come up, he might be not, because that's what Medina Islam friends told me, that Medina Islam is only dating Phaedra Parks for the come up. I don't know if that's true. That's allegedly. It is what it is. But also it says since Apollo is going to be in Philadelphia and Bravo cameras are going to be in Philadelphia too as well, that they are going to be filming Apollo because he lives in a halfway house. They're going to interview him. Then on top of that, he's going to talk about his story and everything that's been going on. So let's just check out Apollo being released. Apollo is fresh out of prison, fresh out of jail. He's released. He's in a halfway house. And hopefully this time he does not break the rules. And also it says, we are told that Bravo cameras will be filming in Philadelphia this week. Apollo released from prison will be a feature storyline for the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So he basically got his spot back. And I'm hoping that Phaedra Parks somehow, someway gets back on the show, but who knows if that's going to happen, because Kandi Burruss is not playing around. She ain't feeling it. She ain't here for it, and she does not care if Phaedra Parks come back or not. She's not here for her at all, period, point blank. But it will be interesting to see what Apollo says, how he talks about his prison time, how he talks about Phaedra Parks, and also talks about, not seeing his children, and Phaedra Parks actually brought the children up to visit him in prison. And you know what? We got to say one thing about Apollo. If Phaedra Parks had anything to do with his insurance scam and stealing IDs and credit card numbers and social security and pension plans and all that other good stuff, I don't know how he was able to pull it off, but he pulled it off. But people are alleging that Phaedra Parks has something to do with it. And actually Angela Stanton, I think her name is, she wrote a book describing that, Phaedra Parks has something to do with Apollo's scheme. If that's the case, Apollo kept quiet, because you know why he kept quiet? Because he didn't want to see Phaedra Parks behind bars. And the FBI, the feds, the CIA, or whatever the case may be, will want a big name. A big name will be Phaedra Parks, an attorney on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But Apollo, he ate that sentence. He took the sentence or whatever, and it was like, okay, and plus he didn't want to put the mother of his 2 children behind bars. They're his only children. He didn't want to put the mother of his children behind bars, even though, they broke up on hard terms and whatever, and it was going back and forth at each other, and it is what the situation is. So we'll see what happens with this situation. But Angela Stanton says that Phaedra Parks was involved, and she's been involved in schemes before, allegedly. Don't know if it's true, but a lot of people do believe about if that's actually the case. Apollo kept it quiet. He made sure his baby mother did not get any time in jail. She should have let Apollo keep the motorcycle. She should have let Apollo keep something, especially if he took the rap for everything, allegedly. If it's true, it is what it is. But it's going to be interesting to see Apollo back on the show, seeing with his fiance, and then also see Apollo, have the relationship that he has with, Gregg. It would be nice to see Gregg, Apollo, and also Todd together, and then having Peter, because Peter is supposed to appear on Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12. So just seeing the guys back together would be cool, would be very interesting, because the guys, they bring something to the show too as well. You know, they have their little tip for tap, but their conversations, how they talk and how they get along with each other is so cool. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be good to see the guys, and this is what I want. I want to see the guys on the show, baby. I want to see the guys. I want to see them back on the show. I want to see them talk. I want to see them converse with each other, talk about their relationship, what they're going through, and how some of the women are getting along and not getting along. You know, it'd be awesome just to hear their stories. Because every time they are on set, they're very interesting, especially when the guys are together, hanging out and having a good time. So, and we know Apollo is going to be talking about Phaedra Parks on the show. You know, the reason why the cameras are filming him, because they want the scoop on Phaedra Parks, the scoop about what went down, how maybe she left him high, broke, and dry. You know, so that'll be really interesting too as well. It'll be even more interesting if, you know, Apollo and Medina Islam can actually interact and talk and have a conversation then, and see how, you know, they converse, and then to see how Phaedra Parks is going to deal with Apollo's new fiance. You know, how that's going to work out, how they're going to interact, like just to see the shadiness and to see like if they hold them back, or if she really bothered, and if Apollo's bothered. So that'll be really interesting to see too as well. But it's also going to be interesting to see if Cynthia Bailey's fiance Mike Hill, that she just recently got engaged to, is actually going to be able to have a relationship with the guys, like, you know, Uncle Ben, have a relationship with Peter, have a relationship with, you know, Gregg, have a relationship with also Todd Tucker. That'll be interesting too as well, and Apollo. And just to see how Mike Hill will fit in with the guys. Would he be able to fit in with the guys? Does he has that type of, you know, it'll give us more of an insight of Mike Hill, to see how he relates to the guys, how he look at the guys, how the body language, the interacting that he's going to have with the guys, to see if he's about that, if he's for real, especially with Peter around. That would be awesome. So that's my video, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top. We're going to bring others with us. Let's get it popping. Let's get the conversation started. So what do you think about Apollo returning back to Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12? Don't you think Phaedra Parks should oblige and come on the show too as well? But we already know Kandi Burruss is not having it, and she already threatened Bravo to tell him, if you bring her back on the show, you ain't gonna have me or my husband or my kids, and I will refuse to do business with you. So it is what it is. You guys tell me what you think, and what you think about Mike Hill interacting with the fellas, and the fellas interacting with each other. Peace and out. One love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Hit that like button for us.